everyone and welcome to the brand new episode of Dream Home Season 7 powered by Johnson Tiles, co-presented by ACC Cements, Prayag HPL via an Asset Home. So before moving on to the competition, let me welcome our wonderful panel of judges, Ms. Sudha, Mr. Jibbo John. So on this episode, we present before you Ashokam house from Thrissur. So judges all set. Let's take a look.
What's up, family? I'm your host Dinesh Karthik and welcome to a brand new episode of Dream Home Season 7. We are at Ashokam house in Thrissur. This is a 2,600 square foot property with 3 bedrooms. Let's take a look. Now this is the front of the house. As you can see, naturality is definitely one of the biggest themes over here. We have lots of natural brick laid throughout the entire front of the property. We have lots of trees and plants, and obviously the color scheme, as you can see right behind me, seems to be white and brown. Now let's take a look at the front. Now let's talk a little bit about the construction of the house. It's a completely mud-based house. Now we have a sloping roof above with some roofing tiles. Obviously the color scheme is brown and white, and we have something very interesting over here. It's sort of like a mural. We've got plant imprints right into the walls taken from plants. Obviously the inspiration were taken from plants right in the garden right here. Now right behind me we have the sit-out area, a wooden door and wooden windows. Now let's take a look. Now I'm standing here in the sit-out area. Right below me we have 2 different types of tile work. We have Kadapa and Kota tiles. They're both natural stones. Now as you can see right behind me we have a double wooden door right behind me. In addition to that we have wooden windows to my right and to my left and all around the sides. Now this is great for lighting and obviously air circulation. Let's take a look inside. Now let's get into the space of it all. As you can see, it is actually a 1-floor house, but we have 2 levels right in front of me, 1 level down, 1 level up. Now this is still considered 1 floor. Now we have the formal living room right here, we have the family living room downstairs, and upstairs we actually have like a table and more of a rest area type of space. Now to my right we have the first bedroom, second bedroom, which is actually the kids' bedroom to my left, and right behind me we have the kitchen, dining, and the third final bedroom. Let's take a look at it all. Now let's get into the formal living room. This is that space. Now right above me we have a completely wooden ceiling. Right below me we have an oxide flooring. This is definitely not something that you see very often. And we have complete mud plaster walls throughout the entire property. Now we have obviously different colors, shades of yellow, oranges, and reds and browns. Now let's take a look at the next room. Now this is the kids' room, and I just love these bunk beds. Now as you can see, we do have that sloping roof. You can actually see it from the inside. We have that obviously, right below me we have terracotta tiles. We have the mud plaster all around. The theme in here is definitely white, brown, and black, and obviously the beds come with their own colors. Now right in front of me we have a study area. Right behind me we have this awesome little book stall. And also the kids actually have their own little upstairs treehouse type of thing going on right upstairs. Now we have the dressing area to my right and the bathroom right next to it. Let's take a look at the next room. this is the family living room. As you can see, it's actually one level right below the formal living room, which is what I showed you previously. Now we have that mud plaster walls throughout the entire sides. And in addition to that, we have natural stones throughout the bottom layer. This is actually to keep out the water from seeping in, as it is kind of like a basement level. Now we have complete wooden flooring, and obviously to my left is the TV panel. Now let's take a look at the next room. Now this is the dining room. As you can see, it's very, very spacious. We have the yellow oxide right below me. We have mud plaster walls throughout. Now this is definitely a theme that you're going to see throughout the entire house. We actually have a beautiful breakfast table right in front of me. This is the dining room. It's very, very spacious. We have a window right behind me, a wash area. It's actually a bathroom right in front of me. Now this is the kitchen. As you can see, it's a very narrow kitchen. You actually enter it straight from the dining area. It's a complete open space. Now this is the master bedroom. As you can see, we have terracotta tiles throughout the entire flooring. We have mud plaster throughout the entire walls, and we have a plain white ceiling. As you can see, we have two large windows right in front of me and one to the right. Now this is great for lighting and obviously air circulation. To my left we have the bathroom and dressing area. To my right we have some chairs. And that, my friends, was the magic of Ashokam House in Thrissur. I'm your host, Danish Karthik. Thank you guys so much for joining with us on this episode. I will see you next time.
ഞങ്ങൾ ആദ്യം ഈ പ്ലോട്ട് വന്ന് കണ്ടപ്പോൾ ഇതിൽ വലിയ വലിയ മാവ്, പ്ലാവ്, എഗ് പ്ലാന്റ്, അങ്ങനെ പല മരങ്ങളും പക്ഷികളും, കാക്ക, മൈന, അടയ്ക്കാക്കിളി, അണ്ണാൻ, ഇവരൊക്കെയാണ് ഞങ്ങൾ ആദ്യം വന്നപ്പോൾ കണ്ടത്. അപ്പോൾ തന്നെ ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് ഈ സ്ഥലത്തിനോട് മാച്ച് ചെയ്തൊരു വീട് പണിയണമെന്നൊരു ആഗ്രഹം ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. അങ്ങനെ നെറ്റിൽ സെർച്ച് ചെയ്തപ്പോഴാണ് മഡ് ഹൗസ് എന്ന കൺസെപ്റ്റ് കിട്ടിയത്. അപ്പോൾ അങ്ങനെ ഒരു കൊല്ലം കൊണ്ട് ഇത് പണിതു. ഇതിൽ താമസം തുടങ്ങിയപ്പോൾ ഒബ്വിയസായ ഒരു ഫീലിംഗ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ വളരെ പോസിറ്റീവ് എനർജിയാണ് ഇതിൻ്റെ അകത്ത്. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ വർക്ക് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ സ്ട്രെസ്സോടുകൂടി വരുമ്പോൾ മനസ്സ് നല്ല കൂളാവും, ശാന്താവും, ഒരു സെറീൻ ഫീലിംഗ്.
Both of the judges would be having 100 marks each, wherein this 100 marks is again subdivided into 10 different aspects, which includes exteriors, interiors, decor and lighting, landscaping, kitchen, bathroom, flooring, wardrobe, painting and value for money. Starting off with exteriors, Mr. Jibbo.
I think this house has got an, you will call it an ashramam kind of a look, very, very subtle, sober, with the mud textured walls and the tile roof. There is nothing specific, even if you are asked to draw a house, that this is the most profile you will draw.
Common, yeah.
So I think that way it is very simple and very, expected. But if you are commenting on the color combinations and all, the white windows may look slightly odd with the mud and the subtle look it is trying to project. So that is one factor which I found which is not matching with the total exterior. I'll go for 6.
6 out of 10, Mr. Da.
Yeah, this is this is a typically mud house kind of look that you would like to give. Sometimes you'll find in Rajasthan houses totally made out of clay and thatched roof. But there I guess you have white windows. So I thought the red and white was a combination that would go. But yeah, of course, here you have the red tile roof over this, which again adds to the red more of it. It's a very simple one. The handrails there I thought was not required. There was a terrace with a handrail there. That again brought it a modern look. Otherwise it would be a totally rustic house. And the little murals of the leaves sticking. I wish it wasn't in one patch. It could have been all over the house. It still have been good. So they're trying to bring in a sort of traditional look about the mud house. I'll give it a 6.5.
6.5 out of 10. Interiors.
The interiors also, throughout the house, it follows the same theme as the mud textured walls, that curved edges, even the ceiling, that joint part is curved. So I think then they've used some wooden ceilings, so it all matches up well. There is a one-to-one connection between the rooms, which we normally expect in interior. So all those things works out well. But then there are disappointing areas, like you have tiles maybe not suited for this, maybe slightly artificial looking, and the lighting is basically tube lights. They've gone for the warm tube lights. That could have been improved. I'll go for 6.5.
6.5 out of 10. Ms. Sudha?
Yeah, I'm giving it a 6.5 too, but what I felt was the mud walls, the yellow brownish floor, everything has that character. The character is trying to come out, but then the problem I felt was probably the lack of something of a contrast, in the sense everything felt very warm. Everything is a shade of brown or orange or yellow. There's no softness or the coolness which can be brought in by a contrast was not there anywhere. It's there everywhere. It's the same monochromatic orange, yellow, red, that shade is coming in. So if that was there, I think it would have softened the feel a lot more than the stark brown. It felt very warm while looking at the whole thing. So that is the only thing, but the mud colored walls that they have maintained throughout is quite commendable, except in one or two areas where they've gone a little overboard with the colors splashing on the walls. I think it was by the side of the staircase, but otherwise it was the mud color and the use of brown furniture in it was quite nice. 6.5.
6.5 out of 10. Decor and lighting.
Yeah, I was commenting about the same thing earlier. Lighting basically I thought was could have been more improved, because they've gone for the simple T5 warm tubes or the tube lights. The color of the lighting is good, but the source of the light being a simple tube is I think is not very appealing. Otherwise, decor, the drawing room furniture and the dining room furniture all match up with whatever they have intended to do. The bedrooms and the family living with the half rubble cladded walls and everything is quite suited for the house. I'll go for 6.
6 out of 10. Ms. Sudha?
Yeah, the decor and lighting, like Jibu said, I said the tube light has the most standard light that you can think of. If you don't have any other light, use a tube light. That's the kind of thing, that's a feel it gives. It doesn't add any kind of character to the room. So these tube lights there are probably what actually brought the effect down. But otherwise, decor wise, they've been using the right kind of things, except probably in the bedroom where you had these panelled wardrobes, the standard laminated wardrobes, which didn't bring the mud or the earthy feel was not there. But otherwise, the rest of the house actually has that ambience. If it wasn't for the tube light, I think it would have been much better. 6.
6 out of 10. Landscaping.
I didn't see much of landscaping in this house. I don't know whether it was intentional again because this natural look or not. I'll give it 5.
5 out of 10. Ms. Sudha?
Yeah, actually, when you look at traditional houses, it was only the natural growth, but it could have been planned out much better with the natural growth sprawling over the house, and maybe mango trees, and maybe giving it a alatara bolte. You have some kind of a base for it and defining spaces. That is something that we didn't see too much here. So I'm also giving it a 5.
5 out of 10. Kitchen.
Kitchen is quite good. They've gone for the terracotta tiles and actually the white cupboards. The mix is quite appealing. Even the dadoing is with white tiles. I think it's a narrow kitchen, but that feel of space is got and some good planning has gone into it. I'll go for 6.5.
6.5 out of 10, Mr. Da.
Yeah, the white cabinets were quite a surprise. You were always expecting a wooden and a slightly deeper base, so the white is a good surprise, and it goes very well with the terracotta wall cladding that is given there. It's neatly planned out. I'll give it a 7.
7 out of 10. Bathroom.
Bathroom, I think they've not done much into it. They've just gone for a white tile. Very safe option. I'll go for 6.
6 out of 10, Mr. Da.
Clean straight lines, nothing too designer about that. It's nice white and the black and white. So simple bathrooms. So 6.5.
6.5 out of 10. Flooring.
Flooring is good in the drawing room and in the entry also. That natural look they're trying to project is brought out. But in some areas like the upper floors and in some areas I've seen the ceramic tiles, the kids bedroom and all ceramic tiles, that to ivory color, it looks very plasticky with this kind of a traditional rustic interiors. That could have been done without. Flooring, I'll go for 6.
6 out of 10, Mr. Da.
Yeah, I felt there was a bit too many kind of flooring, in the sense the kadapa and the kota that they're using in the veranda could have been easily continued throughout the house, and that would have given it a beautiful charm. Instead, you find the oxide, you find the yellow, the orange, the brown. There's quite a bit of flooring inside. I'll give it a 5.5.
5.5 out of 10. Wardrobe.
Wardrobe is a total mismatch. I think it's a laminate wardrobe. It is not at all in tune with the rustic interiors they've been trying to project and what they've done for all the other furniture. I'll go for 5.5.
5.5, Mr. Da.
Yeah, it has even a glossy laminate look, which has fine grains, which you'll see only in a modern interior. You don't want such a thing. It could have been just plain wood and maybe really rustic. Maybe not even a built-in wardrobe is all that is required in a place like this. So I'll give it a 5.5.
5.5 out of 10. Paintings.
The mud color in the exterior looks fine. It is suited for the house. Even they've continued it to the interiors. That also is fine. It is, basically blending with the entire concept they have in mind. I'll go for 6.
6 out of 10, Mr. Da.
Yeah, the colors are nice. I like the fact that they've maintained this mud walls color throughout. It's really very nice. But I find a terrible lacking of a cool, maybe not just a color on the wall. It could have been a plant. It could have been something else. Something cool inside should have been really there. So I'll give it a 6.
6 out of 10. Value for money.
6.
6 out of 10, Mr. Da.
7.
7 out of 10. So the total marks given by Mr. Jabbar is 60.5 and by Mr. Da 61.5, and the total marks is 122 out of 200. So it's time for us to say tata bye bye for today. We'll be back tomorrow with yet another exciting house. Till the next time we meet, this is Archana Ravi and the entire team of Dream Home Season 7, powered by Johnson Tiles, co-presented by ACC Cements, Prayag, HPL Wires and Ashokam. Signing off, tata.